Hi everyone, it's me Darlene. I am back to continue working on this crumb quilt that we are making together. It is called Crumb with Me. Before I forget, the playlist for this series is in the description box of this video, and I also have a playlist on just learning how to start crumb quilting if you know nothing about it. So go watch a few episodes of that and then you will be making some crumb blocks in no time. For the last episode, I made block I on camera, and then I gave you the sizes for J and K, and I made them off camera. I just actually finished them today. I had to take a little break there for a little bit. Got threads. I'm pulling threads off, and I don't plan these things, but these are pieces that I had made that I put together, with other pieces. And, I see some of the repeating things, so I like that. It must be just the pile that I'm picking from had, multiple pieces of scraps. So it all works for me. I know, like this piece, I think I had something like this, and I added something there, and then I attached it to this, and then this, and then this is separate, this is separate. And it's just, I don't know, I'm having fun with it. I really like it. So again, I want to express and stress that you can just make odd pieces like this. This one isn't even pressed yet. And it doesn't have to be, any plan. Like this one had a corner missing and I just attached. I didn't trim. I don't trim things, ooh, thunder, until I need to use them. Make yourself some small pieces and then just put them in a box like this. And when you want to make blocks, you have things already started. And you can just connect them by either just joining them together and trimming off excess, or you can put a piece of, like a piece of sashing between them or whatever. It all works. Today we're going to I'm going to try to make two on camera. I think I'm going to make the tiniest one. That should be easy. I'll just probably have to trim a piece. I don't know. Maybe I'll just make it from scratch. And then I'll pick another one. And then I'm going to give you two more to make. So there'll be 4 total that you'll be able to make after this video. So let me look at the sizes of the tiniest piece in this quilt, and we'll make it. I am going to be making the tiny piece from scratch. It is only 4 wide by 2.5 inches tall. That's tiny. And I want to use multiple pieces. If you want to go ahead and cut something 4 by 2.5, go right ahead. I couldn't find anything like a little novelty piece that was tiny. Then I remembered that I had a little tiny dog in the previous quilt along, which right now I can't really remember what it was, but it was a scrappy quilt. And I went in that box that I used, and look, I have the little dog. So I'm going to cut out a little dog. I think I like this guy right here. And then I'm going to build around that until I get 4 by 2.5. So I just cut a piece with that little dog, and now I will look for what I can put around it. I pulled this out of my box, 2 pieces already sewn together, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. And I think I'd like it there, kind of at an angle. So I'm just going to flip this like this, and I'm going to sew. Well, let me pull it down so I don't waste as much. I'm just going to sew right there. I just finger pressed that, and I'm just going to trim. I like that little angle that I created. Now it's going to be just 2.5. Ooh, I'm going to be trimming some more because I do want, fabric on all sides, if at all possible. So I'm going to put something else like really close to the dog. I had this strip here right next to me. Just cut some of that. So I'm going to go like this, and so I'm just going to, I want to not cut off the dog in this case. I want him to be like in a little window, like that. I'm just going to sew there. Now I have this, and I am going to show you that we always have to remember to go in the back and trim that off. And I can square this up a little bit. And now let's see what we have. I still want something on this side and then finish it up on the top. This is almost like crazy quilting right here. We're just kind of going around and doing what we can. Now I have a piece like this made, but I don't need all of this on this piece, so I'm first going to press it and come in like this. Nah, I don't want the white on that. I really want to frame him. Ooh, I can turn it this way, like that. Let me press this, and then I'm going to just make this a straight edge. So I'm using this. I'm going to make this a straight edge just by doing this. Straight enough. And I want it kind of like this. So I'm going to flip it, but then I have to remember my seam allowance. So if I sew there, oh, that'll be good. Flipping it, and I'm just going to sew right there. This is what I have so far, and did I mention this is block M? I don't know if I said that, and I haven't done any editing yet. This little guy is what we want. I have this big piece that I can trim anywhere. I just know that I want 4 wide by 2.5 tall. So I'm going to add something here at the bottom and kind of close to the dog. That's what I know so far. Let me do that. I found a piece like this, probably just a clipping from another block that I made previously, and I'm going to want that there. So again, I'm going to just flip it over, make sure I have room so I can sew without touching the dog. I'm going to sew right there. This little dog now is completely enclosed on all 4 sides. He does not have to be in the center of this block, so I'm going to see what I need to do to make sure I can get 4 across by 2.5 tall. I think I'm going to just add a triangle or a bigger piece here, and 1, 2, 3, 4. It will cut there. I don't know if I necessarily need any of this. I don't know. Let me see again. No. I think I'm going to stick to my plan. I'm just going to put something big here, and I should have enough fabric there to start trimming. And since I want to have plenty of wiggle room, I'm just going to use a piece of this stuff. Going to just lay it here and sew. Right there. Now it looks like this. Now I never do crumb quilting this way. I don't like plan each little piece, but I thought I would do it because I don't know if I've ever done it where I wanted to just have a little novelty piece and to end with such a small little crumb block. So I took the time to just put it together this way. I mean, some people do every quilt block this way. They plan every crumb. See you in 5 years when you're done your project. Now all I have to do is trim, I do believe. I think I've, for sure got my 4 wide by 2.5 tall, so let me just see what I can do here. I have the 2.5 tall. Now I just need to see where I want my little doggy to be. Well, I'm going to cut so that I have some of this showing, and I'm going to lose that very, end piece. It's okay. It's cute. I like it. That was fun. I never did anything planned like that. So, this is, like I said, block M, 4 by 2.5. Now you can go make yours. I'm going to pick another one to make. Now I am going to make block T. Again, not too big of a block. I want to be able to wrap up this video, and then you can go on and make the other blocks that I tell you at the end. I'll pick 2 more for you to do after this one. Block T is 7.5 wide by 3 tall. And I kind of want to use this that I found because I like it very much. So let's see, 7.5 by 3 tall. Well, I've got my 3 tall for sure. I can trim there, and I have a good place to trim there. So I just need to go 7.5 in that direction. Let me trim this guy off, unless I want him at the very end. So let's go almost to 8. I just have to fill all this space. I'll worry about that later. Let's see what I can do here. Like this. And how about I use a piece of this strip set? I'm just going to trim it right there. Let me start with that. I'm going to go sew this to this right there. And since I think I'm going to want to connect like this, I will go ahead and make a straight edge here. Hey, did I just realize this is the piece that was cut from the piece that I just did? So see, it wasn't wasted. So that will be going like there. And I need to fill this up. Ooh, what do we got going on here? I like that, but do I like it better this way? I think that'll work. And I'm well over 8. Okay, I'm going to sew this one to this, and then I'll trim that little piece that's sticking out. I'll trim that after. I think this is going to work. After I sew, and if I think I need a little extra, I'm like right at 7.5 there. I kind of like this angle happening. I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to just sew these two together right there. I am just going to be able to cut a 7.5 by 3. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Watch me do it. My memory card filled up, but look, I had just enough for my piece. Pretty cool. So I hope that you're getting the idea that you can just sit and relax and make little crumb pieces. I just love to do that. And then just put them in a box or something, and then you can use them to make all different size blocks. And that's why I wanted to do a video like this with all different sizes, rectangles, not just squares. I think it's going to be cool when it's all put together. Okay, let me give you 2 more sizes. Which ones do I want to give you? I'll give you V. V is 10.5 wide by 5.5 tall. And then let me give you another little one, W. That is 3.5 wide by 5.5 tall. So that'll be 4 blocks that you'll complete after this video. Please subscribe so you don't miss the rest. We have a little way to go, but I'll be doing them more often now. I had a little bit of a break, a little over a week. I'm back in action now, so we will be wrapping this up, and I absolutely am going to want to do another quilt along after this one. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with more soon. Bye!